Hey, Naveen. Hey, how are ya? Yeesh. Misunderstood. Yes, I will go ahead and read for basically anybody. Always got to get some practice in. Whoa, 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 whoa. My love does it good. Okay, so I'm gonna start reading. New subscribers, just let me know if you are here. If I've never read for you before, you basically get precedence. But I'm always gonna read the first person who says hi to me. So that is Nadine. Alright. I'm going to read for Naveen really quickly to see if there's a message here that wants to come through. What else to say? My love does it whoa. Alright. Naveen. Alright, I'm focusing on Naveen right now, okay? Because they were here kind of first. Naveen, oh, you're a male? Cool. I like reading males. So, Naveen, if you have a question in your head, could you hold that in your head for me real quick? Don't tell me anything, please. Aw. Thanks. Hi, Visha. So I'm gonna read for Naveen real quick. Okay, cool. Okay, so Naveen, with your question with regards to, I don't know what it has to do with, I know you said love life earlier, but I don't know, you may have changed your mind about what you want to ask about, but the Knight of Pentacles is coming through here as basically just the theme. So this usually just will indicate to me that likely you are either independent or single right now. Maybe you're feeling good about your independence, but I can't assume anything. So let me see a little bit here before I close my eyes. Okay. So this question that you asked about, you're showing me that this has to do with a particular desire of yours that you have an eye on. However, as much as I see that how much you want this particular desire in your head, I don't know if you know this, but you are carrying a lot of fear with regards to that. So that's obviously not going to help you actually, believe that you can move toward it. Okay. So instead, Spirit actually wants you to shift your energy from desire and fear, okay? Shift your energy, because you're vibrating here, desire and fear, and shift here up to pride and anger, where you get to still basically protect what it is that you're trying to create or trying to go after, which will, in your mind, you're worthy of, and will create a sense of balance and equilibrium in your life. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I can hear you, basically, you're having a really hard time, and you're saying, this is a really hard choice. I don't want it. I don't want it. So I don't know what that is. Oh, gosh. I think you're kind of traumatized a little bit here. You seem like it seems like you've gotten to the point where you think like it's hopeless now. And it just feels like you're so passionate about like closing this door, and you're like, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like you've really slammed the door there, and you got like locks on it. And there's like I could feel like you're like sad, and it feels like it's a depression. It's this fear here that you carry that's really strong. Okay, I don't see it. It's very it's very rare that I see people vibrating with such a strong fear here. So you need to be aware that you've accidentally programmed your energy to vibrate in fear. Okay? Maybe because you feel like it's a way of protection. But this is obviously something that you have held on. This is like whatever it is that you're trying to create, you obviously care about it. Obviously you wouldn't be asking about it, would you? Okay. So also, yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. You are also vibrating at apathy, which is basically what I felt regards to you saying, or you basically cut off to your heart and to yourself. And you're saying this is hopeless, and that automatically cuts you off to your own life force. So spirit wants you to basically face the fact that you do feel hopeless, but okay, this is how you're gonna heal yourself. You're gonna this is your homework. You're gonna sit by yourself wherever you are, and you're gonna say, okay, I know I'm vibrating at apathy, and that's basically my feelings of saying, this is hopeless. There's no point. Like, I have no chance at this, right? Because that's kind of like how you feel. But then as you feel this energy that where you want to say this is hopeless, I don't even want to move forward, you need to invite your heart to be open with you, and then basically send all of this hopelessness back to your heart where it can recycle itself, and then you can transmute it, and then you'll basically free up your energy so you can use it to actually work towards your goal here. Does this make sense? I'm gonna close my eyes. Last affirmation here for you. Okay, I can tell just in regards to this question, that sense of innocence and purity, where you have no bad intent, you don't have any sadness, depression, anger, hate, jealousy, malice. You're so far away from having this clear, pure of heart in regards to this question that you asked about. And so your higher self, I kind of just channeled here, and they're saying you need to get to a place where you have both good intentions mostly for yourself, okay? And then you can do the same thing and push that outwards for other people, just in regards to this question, because you've closed off completely here. And you just need to connect to your heart and your essence of who you are, basically, in this particular question, because it's nowhere to be found, basically. So that's your homework, okay? All right, cool. That's for you. Hey, Chris. I'm going to read for a new subscriber, maybe. So just let me know if you're new. If you're new and you want to get read, type in the number 2 in the chat right now. And whoever types that 2 first, I'm going to read for you. Okay? Okay. Marlena, hi. So if I've never read for you before, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me what your question is, please. I'd rather know nothing at all. And instead, just hold that question in your mind. Or just send it out to the universe. Take a deep breath for me. Connect to your heart. And yeah, I'll go ahead and do what I do. Marlena, welcome to One Card, One Affirmation, One Breath. My name's JP. One second here. Okay. All right. So the Queen of Swords is coming through here, basically as it's just kind of a theme here with regards to your question. So likely you asked a question where you're probably in a position where spirit is kind of asking you to think more objectively, more intellectually, more from a place of mental clarity rather than from emotional impulse, attachment, because there's something likely here that there's a truth that people need to focus on that will basically set people free. It usually has to deal with a decision that you have to make, basically cutting through things that are either weighing you down, stuff like that. So give me a sec. Okay, so you're showing me here that you are in courage, which is a good place to be, but then you don't last long and you drop all the way down to guilt and a little bit of shame here. So when I see people that go into guilt, usually that will tell me that they're probably having a hard time with either dealing with people. You're likely, I'm not going to say maybe you are, but you're likely, you might have a tendency to have a victim mentality. You might like have like moments of rage that kind of just come out. You might have a tendency to want to like put blame on other people rather than yourself. But this guilt is from 1 to 10, it's probably like at a 1 or 2. So I wouldn't say it's too bad. You're likely aware of it, and you're likely trying to keep it kind of like controlled in a way. Okay. 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 So what spirit here is wanting, how they're trying to guide you? Whatever this has to do with, they need you to realize that this situation that you are in has really tested your strength and whether or not you belong in this situation. And it's likely you don't. You likely feel like you're tired. This has taken a toll on your self-esteem. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about what you can give, so you're likely holding back, wanting to go in protective mode, and you're saying, oh my God, you know what, I feel like I'm dying, I can't stay here. And they're basically saying, yes, you are right, you don't belong here. But they want you to start healing the shame here, because like I said, your self-esteem is taking a toll, and they want you to connect more with your heart. Okay. All right. So I know that you hate your situation, and that you've likely isolated yourself to where you do not want to listen to anybody who's related to this. And this is where this is correct. You're supposed to hate what is happening around you so that you can look out for yourself. Does this make sense to you? So please do not engage in whatever this has to do with anymore, and instead connect more with your heart. You are going to go through a grieving, you are needing to grieve. You need to grieve whatever this is. It is a loss for you. And you need to be fearful. You need to be fearful. You might have a tendency to want to keep coming back to this and thinking, okay, let me try again. No. Okay? You need to know and be fearful that if you try again, it's likely not going to work out. Okay? One more here. Yes, you need to know that whoever this has to deal with, you likely cannot trust whoever this is, okay? That's for you. Alright, guys. Alright, next reading goes to the next person who types in the number 6 into the chat. Go ahead, do that now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Does it good? I don't think I've actually read for prime rib and fried rice before, so I want to read for you. Poppy Cave, thanks for participating. Yeah, I realized. I know I have never. Good. I'm glad, Marlena. I'm glad. Yeah, I noticed. I've seen your. I even told you like the first time I saw your screen, I was like, "Oh, you're my favorite." It's like my favorite screen name ever. So prime rib, you know how it works. You've seen me. This is like the 4th time. You've seen me, so you know what to do. Hold that question in your head, yeah. Aw, well, don't get too excited. What if I don't do well? Just kidding. All right. Hi, Rudra. Yeah, I have faith too. Yeah, maybe, Poppy. I just, this is the 4th time prime rib has come onto the live here, and I've never read for them, so I really want to give them finally an opportunity. I'm usually really smiley. It's just like, it's like 11:30 at night, so let me smile more for you guys. Just playing around, just being silly. I'm usually pretty silly on here, so. Hey, Chris. It is important to let everyone have a turn. It is hard to do. I love fairness. It's not always possible, but I strive for it. Okay. Thanks for hanging around, Chris. Okay, so I'm gonna choose a card for Poppy. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Prime rib. Okay. So, not bad for Omen here. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So usually this card will come out for me in a reading. I have to tune into the energy first, of course, but because this could be reversed too. But usually this card will come up for me when like a turn of fortunate events occur, like something surprising happens that basically it's like a favorable outcome. There's usually a surprise factor to it. This could also indicate like fate or destiny sometimes, okay? And then it could be reversed, which basically means the opposite. So if it's bad luck, if it's good luck, then it might be bad luck. So it might feel like, you know, you might have like, I don't want to say anything bad, I'm just not gonna mention it. So I'm gonna close it. Oh, let me actually see. Okay. Yeah. This sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about where you're at in this, with this question here. You're likely, you're basically in shame and in guilt. So, and it's kind of big. It's a kind of a big shame. You're this energy that you're carrying, where you're at, your energy's at shame. It's kind of big. So, sorry. So usually that tells me that you yourself feel like you're either not good, you're worthless, likely, you're usually likely have some kind of self-sabotaging dialogue going on, or you could even be projecting this out to other people. So you could be shaming other people too and putting people down. Yeah, it's not a good level to be at, and there's also some guilt there too. So people are likely acting a little bit selfish, maybe selfish tendencies, victim mentality tendencies. People might lash out in rage, like, and like blame people, stuff like this. I'm not gonna go too much. It's kind of dark. Okay. Okay. So with this question, they want to bring your energy from guilt and shame and raise you up to the level of fear. Okay, so that will usually indicate to me that you will likely have a tendency to want to go back or engage into whatever you asked about. Okay, and they want you to be like, what's the word? They want you to second guess yourself. They want you to be doubtful of whether or not it's worth pursuing again. And you should be afraid that you're going to lose time, you're going to lose energy, you're going to lose precious resources. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Okay. So, your higher self basically wants you to have a lot of self-control in this situation. I don't know what this has to do with. But there's also some, why did I see a computer? Why are they showing me a computer? And there's something about being attentive. So I'm going to ask what this computer is. It's they don't want me to spend too much time here, but basically you know what this has to do about, what this has to do with, and you just want change here. That's it. And you wanting change away from this is what basically is gonna cause, is gonna bring so much more balance to your situation. Do you know what this has to do with? Do you know what this is? Okay. That's all I need to do, okay? As long as you understand. But yeah, make sure you lift yourself from the guilt and the shame there, okay? I don't know exactly what this is about, and usually I don't really need to know what it's about. All I need to do is bring through the signs and the symbols, okay? Thank you for your feedback. It means a lot. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next person, and we're gonna do the number game. Okay, it's the fairest thing. So make sure that you guys are paying attention to when the last reading ends. So then I'm gonna call out a number, and you guys are gonna have to type that in real fast into the chat. Okay, everybody ready? Ears open. Please type in the number 8 into the chat right now. Whoever types that in first will get the next reading. Yes, prime rib and fried rice. You can do it. And come back and see me. Okay, so it's rose quartz. Number game, fastest finger first. Oh, I know I need a name for this game too. I usually just call it number game, which is kind of lame. Sorry, Poppy Cave. Gotta be fast next time. So I'm gonna go with rose quartz. Rose quartz, as you can see, if you were here, please don't tell me what you're asking about. Just hold that. Okay, you just want to know. Okay, so you just want to know what this person's intentions towards me is. Okay, no problem. So I'm gonna have spirit basically filter, because I don't like to do stuff without consent. So all of this is gonna be filtered through spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call it, higher guidance, and I'll have them bring through information that is going to be basically answer your question, but also like I'm getting information through spirit, so not overstepping any boundaries where I don't have consent. Okay, so let's go ahead and ask spirit here. Oh, this... Okay, so 9 of Wands is coming through. Okay, so this could go either way, I don't know. But usually, this will tell me that whoever you're asking about is basically on guard about something. They're kind of being defensive about something. It's either they're holding an idea, or there's something valuable to them, and they're really trying to hold, like, you know what I mean? And maybe they might be tired, but they're still like there, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna believe what I believe in because I believe in it. Stuff like this. But that's just what that card means. Let me just look at this. Okay. So I'm not gonna assume anything here, but I'm gonna close my eyes because I don't want to talk until I really actually know what this is about. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. I'm a little confused here. I don't know if it's either this person feels like they were pushed away by you, or if they've pushed you away. Okay, and then what came through before that was basically I just felt that they were like telling me that they haven't been in contact with you in a while or something like this. Like you guys haven't been in touch for a while. But that wasn't very good. Okay, what I just felt there. There's obviously distance there. There's something unclear. It feels like people were pushed away somehow. I don't know. Okay, but there's love here though. One person loves the other for sure, and I think this is. I think that maybe this is. I think this is guidance for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, were you guarding? Okay. Yeah, yeah, cool. So what I'm seeing here is I think this has to do with I don't know. This because I'm asking about them, right? So it looks like okay, so if this is them, they're basically what I just saw with my chart here is basically they they have a particular desire in their head, but they've let go of it. They've let go of it for some reason. They put it in the back burner. I'm gonna see what this is. Oh no. This person is for sure putting themselves first here. Because they're emphasizing, I love me. I love me. And at the same time, I'm hearing them say this, there's a sadness to that they're carrying with regards to choosing themselves. Okay, so I'm just gonna get just an affirmation here for you, to push you on your way, whether or not you should. I'm gonna ask Spirit if this is something that you should continue giving to. Okay, so the good thing is here, they're definitely showing me that you should leave the door open for this one. Okay, so that's good. But the main affirmation here is that please take care of yourself. As this person is putting themselves first, that's a signal that you should be putting yourself there as well. Okay, but there's obviously love here. There's love. So either this is platonic, this is romantic, I don't know. But their Spirit's definitely showing me that make sure you keep this door open. Okay, because there's obviously potential for either soul growth, whatever. I don't know. But again, the main thing here is take care of you. Okay, you come first. That's a good question. You guys ready for the next read? Whoever types in the number 9 into the chat will get the next reading. No problem. If at any time anybody would like to make maybe a donation, if you'd like to tip me, maybe even just like $1, you know, for the work I do, my donation links are there. Thank you so much in advance. You guys are so kind. I know you guys aren't all about all the freebies. I know you guys have giving hearts, just like me. Right? Thank you so much for your generosity. And with that said, here are my donation links. Go crazy. Okay, so I think I said, what's the number that I said? I don't think I said a number. So next person who types in the number 9 into the chat will get the next reading. Yay! Nine? Is there anybody who wants to type in the number 9 to get read? These are free. Especially if you've never gotten read before from me. Let me know. Where's Poppy Cove? Let me read for them. No, is everybody going? Everybody went to sleep. La, 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 la. Did I just scare you guys? I feel like I scared the audience with the whole donation things. I'm just kidding, you guys. Can I sufficiently for real and you not think I'm weird? Go, do it. I don't judge. You're not gonna judge me, are you? Should I be scared? Oh, good question. You've come to the right person. Thanks for asking that, Kelly. Let's see what Spirit can offer. This is a good question. This is like a really, really good question for basically for what I do. Since I use this really helpful table of levels of consciousness, so I can basically see where people are at, and basically be like, it's like surgery, you know. Gotta go in and be like, okay, this is the problem. You know what I mean? It's like, so let's figure this one out. Thank you, Chris, for moderating for me. You're so sweet. What time is it over there in Australia? Dude, I was trying to work on my Australian accent because I did not do well yesterday. Can you do an American accent? Alright, so King of Pentacles is coming through for you, Kelly. I don't know why, but let me see. I can see what you mean here. You basically have a door open to guilt. And this is basically where like lower energetic energies, like even like demons and stuff, this is where they lurk. And I can see your heart is open. It's opening at that guilt, but it's like a tiny bit. So, but I can see at the same time it's guilt and shame, but you're healing your shame there, but you have a doorway that's still open at guilt. So that's what's coming through, and likely they're likely feeding off of you there in the guilt. I'm going to tune into this. It's likely not going to be pretty, but I'm going to basically see if Spirit wants to give me anything that would be helpful to like help you tune into the guilt here, so you know exactly where this came from, and then they'll show me how they want to lead you here so that you can, I think I know what they're going to do. So let me just get this affirmation. Okay. So this stems from basically you. I don't know what it is that you went through, but it's a part of you that has stated that basically you have nothing going for yourself, or that you don't know what is important to you, or you don't know what lights you up, or you feeling like maybe you're looking at everybody else and be like, yo, this person has this in their life and it's going well for them. That person has that in their life and that's going well for them. And you're likely looking at yourself and be like, I have nothing. Like, why isn't it working for me? You know, yeah, that's what it is. And there's one more thing here. It was definitely like sadness I was feeling for sure. And where are you trying to guide here, Spirit? Okay. So that wasn't exactly how I thought they were going to guide you. So this is going a little bit different. Okay, it looks like, okay. There's something that you're doing that you need to, I'm going to try to tune into it. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to try to tune it. But there's something that Spirit wants you to be like. There's something that you're doing, and Spirit wants you to acknowledge this and be like, I can't do this anymore. There's no like point in me continuing to do this. So I need to block it out. You know, it's likely a belief or something. So I'm gonna get this for you. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So this is really simple. What's coming through here is the affirmation. It's all of this is not really what I thought they were going to say, but they want you to come and they want you to they want you to basically bring your energy here to the level of apathy, which is basically you saying goodbye to the way you've been doing things in the past. And the affirmation that came through is very simple. It's basically you sitting there with yourself and saying, you know what? I got me. I got myself. And I'm good. And what's coming through my mind is here, you feeling that you're already whole already. It's you appreciating yourself as is. Like nothing else needs to be changed. You're good with yourself and this is all that you need. And listen, the King of Pentacles is coming through, okay? So this is somebody who focuses on long-term things through steady, slow effort, consistent effort. Okay, and then here you're showing me a sense of desire and a willingness to walk towards whatever it is that you think you want to achieve or work towards because you feel you deserve it. And where are you guiding? There you go. So you actually have, so you're working here at the levels in the struggle paradigm here in pride, anger, and desire, okay? This is where you're still working towards your goals, but it feels hard. It feels like you're swimming upstream, not, you know, with resistance. And you having the opportunity to talk to me right now and say, okay, JP told me I'm operating at these lower levels. But what Spirit wants to say is that you have energy available to you here at the level of acceptance, which is basically the same thing. This is the working towards your goals, but this is actually self-empowerment levels where you feel confident about who you are and like you appreciating all the things that you've achieved, what you've learned, and really honing in like that your confidence and be like, yo, I did this for myself, I did this, and this, and here I am, and this is my worth, and I'm gonna, bring it to today, to the present moment. So with me telling you that your energies are stuck here in pride, anger, and desire, where you're swimming upstream, all you need to do is just a little tweak in your energy and say, okay, I'm gonna sit down. JP told me I'm vibrating at anger, pride, and desire. So I'm gonna tell my energy wherever I'm that I need to move this energy up to the level of acceptance, where I feel more confident about who I am, where I get to appreciate who I am, what I've done, how far I've come, and basically just like, be. One last affirmation for you. You're like disappointed in yourself. Don't do this. Don't be disappointed in yourself no more, okay? Your phone's about to turn off. Okay, obviously you're disappointed in yourself. You're showing me this part of you again. Affirmation. I trust my abilities. I trust my abilities. Let it go. And just fake it till you make it. Basically, use this affirmation, like, for real. Like, you are, come on, you're not nothing. You're definitely worthy and of value. So please know this. Know it. Don't just think it. Believe it and know it. That's where true mastery is. Okay? Let me go to the bathroom. But, next person who types in the number 11 will get the next reading, okay? I'm gonna use the bathroom now. It's just number 1. Be back. Thank you all. Be right back. does it good? Whoa, 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 whoa. My love does it good. So technically, it's Nahak is who won the round here. Yeah. Chris, thank you. God, you're so... I can't believe I'm so lucky I have moderator. What? What did I do to deserve this? Stick around, Akansha. For the next round, okay? Again, also, if you guys are appreciating your reading, please consider making a donation here. You know, this still takes energy and work. So, imagine if I had like a real stand or whatever, and a little tip jar, a little tip hat, maybe a little guitar case there. So I basically gave it like maybe like 4 or 5 readings here, but imagine that little hat has no money in there, no tips at all. Isn't that sad? So, again, even though this is a digital virtual world, just want to make sure everybody remembers that I'm still a person with needs and bills. So, no pressure. Here we go. Nahak. Okay, so Nahak, just hold that question in your head for me. Don't reveal anything to me. Preferably. Okay, this is your pop-up internet window. That's how I feel about it. And just send out that question to the universe, whatever it is that you want, you know, spirit to come through with. Send it out to the universe now. Take a deep breath. Connect with your heart. And just trust that if you believe that your spirit guides or angels are looking out for you, then your question will be given some clarity to help you on your journey. Thanks for being here. Welcome to One Card, One Affirmation, One Breath. My name is JP. Thanks for subscribing. Okay. So, as the Omen tarot card that's coming through here, basically to just set the theme or the overall energy of the question here, it's just a theme. This, whatever you asked about, likely has to do with growth, personal growth, creativity. You also could be tuning into your divine feminine, so you could be in a position where you're mothering people, nurturing people, okay? But this usually has to do with just growth in general. And let's kind of see where you're at here. Okay. So I thought this was going to be kind of a nice reading here to start off with, but no, it's not. What you're showing me basically is that you have given up hope in this particular question that you asked about. and it's kind of strong there. So I don't know what has happened in your experience to make you lose basically all hope, and you're basically like, I have it you're likely saying like, I should just quit. Like, there's no point. I probably wasted my time here. It's not gonna work out. Okay. Ooh. Oh gosh. Why do I get the feeling that this is about somebody you asked about? So, listen. The guidance is so clear here. You need to just be paying attention to what makes you happy, and I'm gonna close my eyes and see what this is about. But they're telling me that you should basically like be selfish in this situation. I'm just gonna close my eyes and get clarity on this. Okay. This absolutely has to deal with a person. And I feel like, you know what I heard? You're like this. I trusted you. It's like that. And I almost feel like you were about to yell out like a derogatory slur here, but I didn't actually hear it. But I think this is the guidance. So if you have a tendency to basically want to like, tell this person off, and be like, you betrayed me, I trusted you, blah, 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 blah. This likely is actually in line with your higher guidance, I think. Yeah. So if you're asking about a person of whether or not, oh, is it gonna work out or not? Like, should I be with this person? Blah, 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 blah. It's an absolute 150% sure no. They want you to basically see this as, yo, I'm gonna basically like die in this situation, like mentally, spiritually, like your spirit is gonna be like nowhere to be seen if you continue down this road. This is not healthy for you, so on and so forth. Who am I reading? This is for Nahawk. One last for Nahawk here. Yes. There's a huge stop sign that's just like in my face there. So whatever it is that you're trying to do not go towards it. It says stop. And then I can, basically, you're like this. I give up here. I give up. You're like that. Okay? Okay. I don't know. I just feel like, are you from India, Akansha? The way that people from a lot of, I'm not going to say all of them, but I can tell a lot of people are under a lot of stress. I don't know what it is about the culture, but, you know, I don't know why you guys come in here and you're like, tell me now! You know, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to judge, but obviously there's something to do with the culture. You guys feel like you're under a lot of pressure. I'm just going to feel bad for you guys. I'm not going to judge. So I'll go ahead and basically answer this question for Akansha, okay? I'll just say thanks for subscribing. And if you guys are appreciating the messages here, please consider making a donation. Even like $1 goes a long way, okay? I need to eat. You know, my dog needs to eat. I got a family I gotta take care of, you know? So thank you so much in advance for the tips that you're about to give. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nahawk. Please leave me a tip. Thanks so much. Don't forget about energy exchange. It's not all about taking, it's also about giving too. Remember, this is the world that we live in. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay, Akansha. You guys like the principles I'm teaching everybody here? It's got to be equal give and take. Can't all be about giving, or it can't all be about taking. You gotta give. All right, Akansha. Hey, Arya. I know, right? It took me a lot. I'm great. Something's happening right now. Spirit's talking through me, I guess, because I don't usually say stuff like that. But keeping it real. Gotta keep it real. All right. Akansha, let's see what comes through here from Spirit, okay? Take a deep breath for me. If you have a question, go ahead and hold that in your head. Okay. So Chariot is coming through here as an omen for you. This usually deals with somebody who has like a goal in mind, and they're like really laser focused on it, and you know, really headstrong. And yeah, we'll see what this is about. Okay, so what you're showing me here is that you've been wanting to work towards your own self growth. So you've likely held an attitude of trying to be the best that you could be. You've likely tried to be really careful about your time, your resources, You were trying to be very accountable about, you know, the choices that you make, and make sure that if you were making, you know, the wrong choices, that you would, you know, you would fix them, and you're staying vigilant on basically trying to be the best that you can be. But you're showing me that you kind of gave up. You're passive on that. I likely withdrawn, or you're changing your idea, or you, like, you changed your mind about it, and I don't know exactly why, but that's what you're showing me. Like, you had this attitude of growth, and now you're kind of just like, I don't know if I should even continue this or something like this. Okay. So what they want you to do is don't withdraw completely, okay? Because you want to continue, at least in your head, and say, okay, you know what, I'm still gonna put my best foot forward. I'm still gonna try to learn everything that I can, be organized, you know, use your time wisely. I'm gonna see what this is about, okay? Okay. Spirit is very, very loud here, and they're saying, don't give up here. There's a lot at stake. So there's a lot that you can either gain, or there's a lot that you can lose here. And it's very, very clear. They're here. Spirit is here, very loud in my face right now, and they're saying, do not give up here. And for some reason, you know, I'm getting this image of, like, it's like there's this looks like, it just looks like you're it's almost like you're putting yourself through suffering, basically. Almost like you're burning yourself at the stake, basically. So I don't know what this has to do with, but you I just got an image of, like, somebody, like, tied up. It almost looks like a village, and then it almost looks like they're being burned at the stake, basically. So they're, like, tied up, and then, like, there's fire around them. So that's just an image of what I'm getting here. Hold on. So don't give up. This is very obvious here. Why do I feel like I think you're being a little bit destructive here? It's almost like you did this puzzle. It's almost like you did this puzzle, and then you kind of just want to, like, mess it up. So this is not that's not good. So you kind of need to hold. do not want destruction. Okay, make sure if you find yourself wanting to like destroy everything, be like, oh, like I don't want everything, you know, don't do that. Only build. That's what you're doing here. So I can see whatever this has to do with, you've taken a back seat, basically. You've withdrawn, you've gone into a protective mode because you have self-sabotaging dialogue. You're likely telling yourself that you're not good, that you're worthless, that compared to other people, like you have nothing to offer. So that's likely why you've withdrawn, because you actually don't feel very good. So that's fine, you know, but that's why I'm here to let you know the reason why you're in shame is because you're shaming yourself. Don't shame yourself. We all have limitations, you know, but we also all have strengths. So also figure out, like, if this is not working for you, go figure out something where you're actually good at, you know. You have one life. You need to be happy. You need to make yourself happy. You have energy available to you at acceptance, because you are vibrating pretty low here in shame and guilt. So that's why you don't feel good. That's why you're telling me that you don't feel good. You're not doing so well. So with you having time with me right now, as I'm telling you, you're vibrating at guilt and shame. It is what it is, right? But make sure you don't stay there, okay? So your energy has lowered it yourself to guilt and shame in order to protect yourself, okay? But there's a time in which you don't need to protect yourself. There's a time in which you just get up and you just start living from the heart and like from a place of confidence, because you've done work already. You've done work. You've come this far. It's not for nothing. You have value, and that's where Spirit is trying to get you to basically stand up and just lift your energy from those lower levels and come back to this level of acceptance here, where happiness comes from within, not from without. So you create the happiness, you create the good vibes from within. You don't have to do extra work to get there. It's already there within you. Okay, so I'm gonna... All right, so hey Karma. So whoever types in, okay, so that's for you. Do we have any new subscribers here? Yes. Do we have any new subscribers? Okay, cool. Dude, can we get to 890? Can we do that? I'm surprised. Do I need to change the title of this live? Watch, I'm gonna change this thing to free readings, and then boom, that's gonna do everything. Make all the difference. Figure out how to do this. Free subscriber readings. That's the key. God. The world. Hey Arya. So do you guys know what I'm reading? I want to share Like, so you guys know, I've thought about that. I worry about catching strays. What does that mean, strays? So I've been reading poetry lately. And yeah, I really like it. I'm not usually into that, but I'm like always trying to like refine, you know, my work and stuff. And so apparently reading poetry and studying like myth is like, because it's so abstract, and like apparently it does something to your brain to help, you know, connect with spirit and stuff. So just want to share that with you, Chris. Poetry. See if that helps your readings and stuff. Shall we read a little poetry? Shall we? What does that mean, catching strays? Like stray cat? Stray humans? Karma. Okay, hey, just give me a little, just give me like a minute here to like breathe and be like, do nothing for a second, because I've been reading for a while. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the boughs from which your children are living arrows are sent forth. Deep. So, yeah, just reading a little poetry here, a little poetry there. All right, I guess I'm gonna read for karma. Okay. Poetry is everywhere. Well, I worry that they won't appear for other content, just free content. It's hard building quickly with quality in mind. I call it the viral problem. Deep as, you know, I know, I'm trying not, you know, as much as I'd like to, like, I don't know, I try not to take this YouTube thing too seriously. I just don't want it to get the best of me, you know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, gonna do me. I'm gonna do my life. That's it. I'm just here to live my life, to be honest. So I'm not here like pushing and trying to make like be a millionaire or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just a simple soul trying to be happy, trying to connect, and yeah, basically stay connected to something. So no biggie. Yeah, I just hope God is proud of me, and that when I reach those, what is it, the gates, and I get to see my life review, I'm gonna have good stuff. It's gonna make up for all the bad I did in my life. Anyways, thank you, but if it doesn't, who cares? I'm not trying to live my life comparing myself to people. Not healthy. When people call this a gift, it's not a gift. It's not. It's a skill that I learned, that I picked up along the way. I think everybody has the capacity to do this. The only reason why I'm here and I'm doing this is because I didn't give up. when someone calls it a gift, I always respond and counter that, because also the reason why I'm here is I know that I'm supposed to tell you guys that you can communicate with spirit too. And you do it every day. You just don't realize that you do. You know? Karma, where are you from? Do you guys like my Camino? Looks comfortable, right? Konnichiwa. Where are you from, Karma? Thank you. Why are you scared? Don't be scared. You have a combination of attributes and environmental factors that make you who you are. Ain't no one as good as what you do as you. I'm just, yeah. I don't know what to say to all that. I know you guys are like trying to compliment me or whatever, but I've lived too many days in my life, and I don't know. I'm just here. Yes, Gorge was gonna say konnichiwa. Thank you. I think I got a size too big though, but it looks comfy. From Iran. Are you in Iran right now? Is that where you're at? Thank you, Chris. Oh, Chris, what are we gonna do a collab? Okay. So Karma, hold a question in your head for me. Don't reveal anything. Don't reveal anything to me, please. I don't want to know anything. Yeah, we have ESP. Yeah, we're readers. What'd you think? Oh my god. I have not moved from 887. Whatever. Okay. All right, let's see. For karma. So, Page of Cups is basically what's coming through here in regards to your question, topic, whatever. So, Page of Cups usually comes out in a reading for me when it usually has to deal with either like friendships, connection, where people are actually connecting on a heart level. People are maybe being nice to each other, opening up, being vulnerable with each other, reaching out, maybe initiating a healing, you know, saying sorry. I don't know. That's what it deals with. But let's see a little bit more. I know I'm not smiling a lot today. It's because it's 11. It's like 12:42 in the morning. Okay, so karma. Okay. So karma, this has to do with, it's likely something that is challenging, like whatever you're trying, this path, whatever, it has to do with a person. Maybe it has to do with a person, I don't know yet. But it's likely something to you, it's been something that you've been likely having in your eye on, or trying to work towards, because you likely see, there's likely some kind of injustice in your life, and you're like, okay, in order for me to bring justice in regards to the situation, I have to do a little bit of work. And that's where you're showing me you're at anger here, basically. But it's this energy that you're carrying with you, and at anger is very, very low. So it's either, as of right now, whatever this like idea or work that you're trying to work towards, it's likely just sitting in you as inspiration. You're likely not acting on it. It's just like an idea. But I think likely you've tried and it didn't work out, because you basically showed me that you're kind of like on the verge of like letting all of this go, and you're thinking like, is it even worth walking towards? Because you're trying to give yourself a break. Okay. Okay. So they do want you they do want you to know, they want you to realize that you do have something to protect. There is something that there is value that you can bring, okay? And they want you to start holding on to this, whatever this is. I'm gonna close my eyes and see what it is, okay? I don't know if it's the same thing with what you originally asked about. It could be, or it could be something completely different. So let me just see what I see here. Okay, this obviously has to do with love, and you like being open to love itself, and like wanting to see yourself with a person in general. But just spirit wants you, if you can't work to, like, you don't have to like download dating apps or like reach out to people and be like, yo, hey, you want to be with me or whatever. You don't have to actually have to go out and do actions that align with you basically trying to find somebody. But at the very least, in your space and in your heart, spirit's asking you to acknowledge yourself as somebody worthy of love. Okay? Because likely maybe you've said to yourself, oh, maybe love isn't for me, blah, 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 blah. Nobody should ever say this to themselves, okay? So whenever you say, oh, maybe love's not for me, that's already a sin against yourself, because you're saying that you're not worthy of it. So you don't have to like date all these people, or like actually get into relationships to basically tell yourself that you're worthy of love. Okay, but in order to heal yourself and to put yourself on the highest pedestal, if you don't want to actually be with somebody, you don't have to be with somebody. But what Spirit is saying, do not put yourself in a category that says, love is not for me. Or maybe it's not going to work out for me. No, don't say this. Be open to it. That's all that you need in order to stay healthy within yourself, okay? Because that means you're loving yourself. You're saying, I want the best for myself. I deserve the best for myself. And in this particular situation, it is saying, hey, I may not have a partner right now, but I'm deserving and I'm open to it. That's all, at the very least. That's what you need to say to yourself here. And you've likely withdrawn from this, like, hold on. You've likely withdrawn from the idea of love because you have self-sabotaging dialogue where basically you're saying you're not good enough, you know, what can I give? I don't have much to offer, plus like anything like this. Because you're showing me as you go into like this passive mode where basically you're being by yourself and loving yourself, you're healing grief and you're healing your shame, which is a good thing. Okay, so this is where they want me to tell you. You have an opportunity to raise your vibration here. So you're vibrating here at the levels of shame and grief here with regards to this question, but you're very passive. So you're spending time with yourself, loving yourself, being safe with yourself, cocooned with yourself, and that's fine. But this is an opportunity for me to basically tell you your homework here is they want you to raise you're done grieving, okay? You're done shaming yourself, you're done being sad about your situation. Now they just want to Spirit wants to raise your energy to the level of enlightenment. And I'm going to give you an affirmation here. But just to let you know that you don't have to spend any more time in grief and shame. You spent enough time protecting yourself. You don't need to stay in your little closet there, okay? So I'm going to give you this affirmation here, and just having your intention of raising your energy levels from grief and shame to the level of enlightenment. And you're going to see you're going to have more energy and you're actually going to be more connected to Spirit. Okay. 1 second. I'm going to get this for you. Okay, it's pretty simple here. They just want you, and you gotta fake this till you make it. But everybody has value that they can give, and everybody has some parts of themselves that they can appreciate. Okay, so if you think that there's nothing good about you, then I highly suggest you sit your ass down and write all the things that you know you're good at and you love about yourself, and you just focus on this for a while, okay? Because when I close my eyes there, Your higher self is wanting you to tune into inner confidence, self-confidence, and say, they showed me money, okay? And when I see this symbol, it's just a symbol, but it means what is important to me, okay? So when you find something that is important to you and you focus on what is important to you, you're actually feeding yourself, because you're saying, I'm important, I'm worth focusing on the things that I love. So when you focus on the things that you love and you care about, you are basically loving yourself, okay? It's for you. That is for you. It's pretty simple here. Self-love, and focus solely on that. Look, I'm very lonely. I don't have anybody in my life right now. All my family are in the West Coast. I only have a few friends over here. I have a day job that I work, which is fine, but I don't have much money. I have a dog that I care for and love very much. I have you guys. I have myself. It's a very simple life. It's not much, but I do what I can to stay alive, basically. Because at any moment, this could all go in the trash if I make the wrong decisions for myself, And that's the truth. So again, thanks for subscribing. If you feel called to make a small donation, if you really appreciated your reading, maybe even if you got a healing, you felt a shift there, you feel called to give, my donation links are there. So thank you very much in advance for your very generous gifts. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so it looks like we have some returning viewers. I want to give people opportunity to ask questions too. So anybody here, doesn't matter if you're new or you're returning, if you want to get read, please type in this number that I'm going to say out loud. Monisha? Okay, let me just read Monisha then. Because I don't think I've read for them. Let me just get a drink of water. Hold the question in your head, okay, Monisha? Okay, I gotta remember to smile. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. Can we get to 890, y'all? Can we do it? That would make me happy. No, but if I haven't gotten no tips. How sad. Just know I'm not blaming anybody. It's not personal, okay? I'm going to eat and get ready for my session. Yeah! Chris, I can't believe you stayed. Thanks. Boo. Have a good session. Maybe I'll see you. I'll come by when I'm done. Okay. I think it helps, so I wanted to try. Oh, it's a Camino. I got it off Amazon. Thanks, Chris. You're so nice. I look tired. I'll just do a few more readings before I end. I was really trying to just get to... Can we get to 890? Is it possible? It's fine. I'm not gonna expect nothing. Would have been cool. I need a dopamine blast. 890. Anyway, it's fine. Who cares? I don't want to expect nothing. Doesn't help anybody to expect. It is what it is. Alright. Monisha, hi, welcome to One Card, One Affirmation, One Breath. My name's JP. If you have a question that you want to present to Spirit, just hold it in your mind right now. Just want to send that out to the universe. Just don't tell us anything about what your question is. And then take a deep breath. Relax and trust. If you believe that the universe is loving and guiding you in each and every second, and that, then trust. Let's trust that the messages will come through here for you, okay? Let's all do that. Monisha, where are you from? Thanks, Hanny. So sweet. Love seeing your names. Returning viewers, really appreciate that. That means you love me. I love you too. Or maybe I'm not gonna assume anything. I'll take that back. I don't know. I'm not gonna assume. I try to never assume. Chennai. Okay, I don't know where that is. No problem. So I'm gonna trust that you have that question in your head. All right, here we go. Yes, I do have positive energies. I like you too. Much love. Okay, Monisha. Okay. So it looks like the Nine of Cups is coming through as the tarot card, basically as a theme for your question. I don't know what this has to do with, but usually the Nine of Cups will come through in a reading for me when you're focusing on something that really fulfills you, makes you feel really good about yourself. Maybe you've reached a milestone where you're able to be like, go me, I'm so proud. But likely it's also something that is close to the heart. Okay, something that fills your cup with happiness and satisfaction and content. That's what that's about. So I don't know. That me talking about the tarot card, this carries the least amount of weight in my reading. So let me just continue here. Talk less. Okay. So basically, what you showed me just now is this has to do with a particular desire or a goal. I think you basically, I don't want to say gave up, but you took a break from this. You kind of let it go for a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe it wasn't working out for you. But as of right now, just you asking this question, like, you're showing me that you're already starting to say, or starting to, something's happening within you, and you're probably saying, maybe should I start this up again? Okay. Should I start working towards this? Is this worth, walking towards? Because I feel good. I feel better in this moment as compared to from the past. Okay. So whatever this has to deal with, they do want you to do something with this energy, this inspiration that's coming up from you. They do want you to start thinking about it more often, implement it more into your days ahead. Oh, you're asking about a particular person? What? We're gonna see. I can feel, oh, God. How can I say this lightly? I don't think you're paying attention to your intuition here. It's almost like you don't want to make a decision as well. But I can feel I can feel you are kind of, you can hear your intuition a little bit, but I don't think you're wanting to pay attention to it, if that makes any sense here. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to be I'm trying to say things gently. So here you're showing me that you're carrying a level of fear in this situation. It's pretty small, but when people have fear, they're usually doubting whether or not things are going to work out, okay? But I think you're trying... You've likely backed out into a passive mode. I'm sorry. You kind of sound... I'm reading your text here. You kind of sound demanding here. So I'm getting a little bit turned off by you because, I mean, you haven't really given me a donation or anything. So I'm already giving you a reading here, okay? If you think that you need to remind me to tell the truth, maybe you are not with the right reader here. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm getting a little bit offended. I'm gonna tell you something, Monisha. I don't know if you're male or female, but whatever you're focusing on in regards to the situation, I don't think your heart is in the right place at all. They're showing me that you are not innocent at all. So it's either you have some kind of malice, resentment, hate, jealousy, somewhere, one of those in your heart here. And you're showing me that you're okay with accepting some of these things into your heart. It's like you're not deciphering or being like careful of what you allow into your heart and your intentions. I don't even think you're questioning your intentions at all, whether if they're good or bad. I think even if you had good or bad intentions, you're open to both of them. That's what I'm seeing here. So even me kind of getting a little bit offended here, I'm channeling spirit and I'm channeling your energies. So me getting offended, it's also kind of a reflection of you, because I'm bringing spirit through here and I'm basically a mirror. Does that make sense? You're showing me here that you are vibrating at guilt. And that tells me that you likely might have a victim mentality. You'll have bouts of rage where you'll just kind of like lash out at people. You might want to might have a tendency to blame people for your circumstances. Stuff like this. I'm going to close my eyes one last time here for you. But they want you, spirit, your higher self, which I'm channeling, is trying to bring you to the level of love here, as opposed to these lower levels where you're operating at. So I'll give you this affirmation. I think this is going to be it. Echo, define counsel.
A council is an assembly of people summoned for consultation, deliberation, or advice. It can function as a legislative body, especially at local government levels, like cities or counties?
I think you have a hard time with basically governance.
Sorry, what do
Echo.
you mean about me?
Stop. So I have a symbol that's coming through here, and it's either you're very, very out of contact with your spirit guides and your heart at the very least, which brings you balance and self-love and keeps you in thinking like coherently. I think it's almost like you're very repelled by even this word of counsel, which are those who guide you, and you are essentially a guide for your own self. But I basically feel that it's almost like very, I don't know, it's kind of like foreign to you. No offense, okay? I'm just gonna speak what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I'm totally getting. I think you need to pray over your own energies. I think you need to start raising your own vibration to where you get to love you and love yourself, and start being a walking, talking person of love, basically, that lives by principles and morality, and like you just have good intentions, okay? Because I think you're kind of in the dark here, okay? This is a really, really, this is one of those dark readings. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it out loud. I'm not gonna spend much time here, but this is probably one of the darkest readings I've ever did for anybody. No offense. Alright, y'all. What a way to end the night. I'm gonna go now. Wait, let me do one more reading. Reshma, how are you? That was a dark reading. I don't want to say much about it, but that was dark. Okay, I'm going to end this with one more reading here for Reshma. Probably not, Monisha. Okay. Reshma, hold the question in your head for me, okay? Also, if you guys appreciate your reading, please also imagine if I actually had like a storefront, or like maybe I'm in the city and I'm doing readings for people and I have a little tip jar here. Imagine, this is like the 10th reading I've done today and nobody has given me anything. What do you guys think about that? It's pretty sad, right? So I hope if you're asking a reading from me, then maybe you're going to be the one to basically turn all this around and basically show that the world is not as cruel as it is, and that the world can actually give. What do you think? Maybe it's you who's going to give a tip, donation, one of these days. You know? As you guys can see, I'm giving free readings out of the kindness of my heart. Just hope that people aren't taking advantage of me. Reshma. Okay, Reshma. Reshma, you have the Emperor card that's coming through here for your question. Usually when the Emperor comes through in a reading, usually will signify somebody in a situation where they're likely wanting to build a foundation for themselves. Might have to do with structure, organization, might have to do with the law, might have to do with let's just move on here. I think I've said enough about the Emperor. Hope you guys are gonna leave a donation. Because in actuality, it's not completely free, you know what I mean? Okay. So, Reshma, so you're showing me that there is a particular goal that you kind of, I don't want to say gave up on, but maybe you're just taking a break here. And it's likely something that you might consider challenging to attain, but it carries a level of like, you want to walk towards this thing because you feel it would make things right. It would put things into balance. For some reason, you kind of, I think you kind of, I don't want to say you gave up on it, but maybe you're just taking a break there. Maybe you things like were working out, so you kind of put it on the back burner. And this also carries a level of like grief. It was too sad for you, basically. You felt like a sense of loss and disappointment. That's also why you took a break here as well. But in this moment, just you bringing up this question is bringing up those feelings of loss and disappointment again. Okay, so the guidance here is if you think that, if you're contemplating whether or not you should like go back to this or start giving energy to this again, Spirit wants you to kind of be fearful and like second guess yourself, like doubt yourself and be like, if I go towards this, like, is it even gonna work out? And you questioning yourself and be like, this is likely not gonna work. That's how Spirit is trying to guide you. They want you to second guess yourself. Okay. You want change, but this has to deal with something completely different, okay? I don't think they want you to focus on this, but they do want you to focus on wanting change. And it is away from whatever it is you've been focusing on. You know what I start to see? I start to see, you know, that frog that you kiss and then it turns into a prince? I start to see this. So I didn't know if it was just the frog itself. Echo, what does a frog symbolize in spirituality?
Frogs symbolize transformation and renewal in spirituality. They represent cleansing, adaptability, and emotional healing, serving as messengers of change and new beginnings in many cultures.
Yeah. You want an ending to this. And that is your higher self saying. When you come to that place and you're naturally saying, I need this to end. I want this to end. I need to close this door. There needs to be closure to this. That is your higher self. You are channeling your higher self when you get to that place and you look at the situation and say, I need closure. I need to close this out. It's over with and done with, okay? Make sense? Lastly here, we're gonna get one more vibration. Let's see. Ooh, you're showing me you have guilt here. So when people are in guilt, okay, so it's rising here. Okay, so it's in fear. That's good. Were you guiding? They want you, they're trying to raise you. When you have that fear, then they're trying to bring you to courage as well. They want you to spend more time with your heart. They want you to spend more time in stillness with your heart, which balances you and gives you the capacity to first compassion for yourself and others. I'm going to give you this affirmation. Just one word's coming through. Easy going. Easy going. That's you. You're trying to be easy going. That's what came through. Okay, let's just do this one more reading for Chandelier. Hopefully I have energy for this. So you've reached me towards the end of my life here, but I will read for you, Chandelier. Oh, hold on. Rabbit was here too. Okay, Rabbit, maybe I'll read you next time because Chandelier says that she's been here twice now. Okay. Again, if you appreciated your reading, please consider making a donation. Equal give and take here. A lot of people seem not to want to give. So, I don't know what to do about that, honestly. I'm so tired. I don't even know why I'm agreeing to do this reading here because I feel bad. I'm wondering if any of you guys feel bad for me. Oh, gosh, I'm tired. Okay, here we go. Chandelier. If you have a question, please hold that in your head. I'm gonna do my best here. I can do it. It's not personal. It just I wish people would leave me a tip sometimes, you know? I wish people would be nice to me and show me some love. It'd be nice to get a tip sometime, you know? Yeah, I do have Cash App. It's right there in my links. Thank you so much. See, it lights me up when people actually want to put $1 to this thing. I've been on for so long and nobody ever gives money, so it's just sad. I'm just gonna be real. This is real life, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna try not to hold on to this energy, but it's just got to that point where it's just like, is anybody ever gonna plan on tipping me? It's not personal. It's everybody, not everybody, but people don't ever seem to want to like respect this as like something that's worth $1. Okay, Chandelier, you had a question in your head? I really appreciate you if you do leave a tip. That would make my night, honestly. I haven't made $1 at all, so yes, these are free, but it doesn't mean that people can't tip, you know? So if you leave a tip, I'm gonna like really rev up my energies right here. Just gonna do the best that I can, okay? Hold on, my dog wants to get off the bed. Let me help him out. So hold that question, whatever it is in your head, for me. Okay. I'll hold you to it. Hope you keep your promise there. Okay. Chandelier. Okay. So Chandelier, whatever you asked about, likely has to do with relationships, family bonds. It could deal with work relationships too, but usually this is like the family vibe, like the happy family vibe card. So let's see what this has to do with. Okay, cool. That's good. So you're in your power here, and you're coming from like, you're pretty humble with regards to like your attitude with regards to like what more you can do with the situation, because you likely have a growth mindset that you're holding on to, and you're likely not planning to deviate away from this. So whatever it is, you're planning to be basically a student for a very, very long time, and you're likely know that you need to likely stay organized, use your time well, just be the best that you can be. That's what you're showing me, that you have that kind of attitude. That's what you want to bring to the table here. the guidance here isn't very different than what you're already doing. I'm going to close my eyes and actually get a sense of what this is. Okay. So this has to deal with you. I don't know what it is. So what basically came through is I love art. So that's what came through. So this is a symbol of mine that tells me that a person on some level is an artist. And if they have the intentions to kind of bring beauty out into the world through their own style. Okay, so I think you're looking at something that you like and you're like, oh, I love this, and you're wanting to put your energy and focus towards this, but then Spirit was showing me that on some level you're kind of holding on to a disappointment here. So I'm going to ask what this disappointment was that you're holding on to. Okay. So you're showing me that there is a particular desire that you kind of gave up on. Kinda. Okay? I think this is recent too. If you were working on it today or yesterday, it's like today you're taking a rest and you're like, I'm putting it on the back burner. But this is likely the disappointment thing, why you've taken kind of like a back seat here with regards to that. Okay. So okay. So if you're asking of whether or not you taking a back seat with regards to this is right for you, Spirit is saying yes, it is kind of appropriate, or there is benefit with you taking this withdrawal or this passive state, or you're taking a break from whatever this has to do with. Likely you're kind of tired. Likely it wasn't working out for you. You were working towards it and you were like, okay, this is too hard. This is not working for me. Let me take a break, or let me withdraw from this. Spirit's telling me that this is fine. This is good. So if you're asking whether or not you made the right choice, Spirit like kind of has your back here and be like, yeah, that's fine. Hold on. Oh, I just get uncomfortable when I'm tuning into this. All I'm seeing is like no face, no challenge. So I don't know what this is. just keep seeing like face, and like it's like you're turning away from it. There's a challenge here that you're just not wanting to look at it. Hold on, I want to get this. I think you don't want to face this thing. Part of you wants it, but then you're like, no. Does this make sense? Sense come to let go and see where I'm going to. It's very hard. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm gonna get this here for you. Oh, you do understand. Okay, no, this is for Chandelier. It's like you're having a hard time actually facing what is in front of you. That's what I'm feeling here, and I'm getting a lot of symbols that keeps repeating itself about self-care, taking care of yourself. Make sure you're not, putting yourself down in any way. Making healthy choices for you. I can just it's what I feel is like you not wanting to face what is in front of you. It's like, does this make sense? That's what I see. That's all that I can see here. That's what they're showing me. I must face the hard choice. I must face the hard choice. I can tell this is really hard for you, but I must face the hard choice. Right, it's hard. I keep getting told that too, but I'm so heartbroken. Yes, it does. I am not wanting to face it because he's only 2. Okay, I get it. Okay, Spirit, give me an affirmation for her, please. Can I? Is this your? This is your son? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can, I want to see if I can tune into your son. I want to see if I can feel anything from him, okay? If he has a message for you. Okay. So I'm actually getting good vibes here when I tune into your son. He's basically showing me his heartstrings. He's like looking at you and he says, "Mommy, look at my heartstrings. Here, I have heartstrings." And he's dancing also. And I think part of himself is also wanting to tell everybody to like take care of themselves. If that makes any sense. But as I'm tuning in here to your son, all he wants to show me is his heartstrings that he has, and he's like, it's like a show and tell. He's like, "Look at my heartstrings." Okay. I'm gonna leave you with this. What they're showing me is basically, your son's energy was just put in my body, and he's saying this. I left, but I'm back now. I left, but I'm back now. That's what's coming through here. One last here, because I feel bad for you. He's basically showing me his relationship with God, basically, and I'm being shown, like, so my symbol for when somebody finds something that they love, okay, in life, Spirit will show me money, like cash money, okay, and that there are times when I don't see cash money, but I actually see the bank, which is like 1,000 times more than just this one thing. So as a symbol of what they're showing me here when I tuned in is him basically telling me about his relationship with God and that he's connected with God. And also he's telling me that he found basically everything that is important to him and everything that he values. He found it all in this bank that they're showing me. So that's my symbol for somebody has found like I don't know how to say it. Like I said, when I see cash, it means somebody's found something that feeds them. They value something and they follow it, and therefore, because they follow that, they're feeding their souls. But here, like I said, I see a bank. So your son is telling me that he found, like, basically the mother lode of everything that matters in the world and matters to him, as he shows me his connection with God. Okay, that's what he shows me. Okay. Okay. That was my pleasure to do for you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm so tired. And yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I gotta go. Good night, everybody.